All right, we're on hole number 14 of the City of Light tournament. So we know where at least the guy is at the top right now. This bracket's still pretty young, so there's a lot of people playing. A lot of people that haven't gotten too deep into the rounds yet, but shooting this minus 24, let's see what they shot in the opener or in the qualifying round. They shot a minus 11. So if you come in with a minus 12, minus 24 in the weekend round, you're going to be pretty high up in tiebreakers. And that's going to serve you well in the weekend round. So just shooting that minimum score of minus 24 going in, that's what you're looking for here. So we're on hole number 13. This is hole number. Is that right? Yep. No, we're on hole number 14. We're on hole number 14. This is hole number 5 of Parc de Paris. If I could learn how to count today. All right, we're trying to land up in here, and I'm trying to get into a spot. If you look at this little trough that's right here, this is my line. So I'd like to be somewhere intersecting with this line. So if we come out at, see that little depression in the fairway right there, this is my area that I'm really kind of looking for. That gets me in through this trough. Now, from the angle I'm at on this trough, I'm hitting on this hill face right here. And what it's doing is it's taking a little bit of an irregular bounce to the right. So when I start it off to the cup, I'm going to be right on the left-hand edge of the cup. I found here if I line it right up in the middle and I hit it perfect, I miss it to the right. And when I do make it, it's on the grate to the left. So instead of trying to hit it grate to the left, I'm adjusting it out and putting it on the left-hand side of the cup. Take an extra mile and a Hornet. So that's all I need. And I need a Titan. Why am I using a Titan? You can get this done with any ball, but I'm using a Titan because number one, it allows me to start on the other side of the river. That's number one. And number two, that Titan puts me in my mid short iron. Whereas if I brought a smaller ball, I'd have to start off on the other side, and then even if I got to the same landing zone, the shot coming into the green, I'd have to take a max club.
You want me to wait on the door? I can go out the open door.
Are you going to the store? Mocha. You could pick me up a coffee.
A can or a mocha?
A can, it'll be cheaper.
I'm complaining about money and I'm still going to. Come on, Daisy.
If you go to U.S. Market, it's cheaper. You can get two. The brown can, it's the Mocha. It's the Starbucks brown can. The Starbucks brown can, the Mocha. All right, I'm going to do about 1.5 backspin. And it's better to be beyond the half towards the 3/4 than it is to be less than the half towards the quarter. Because this is definitely distance critical. It's easy to roll up into that sand. This is about 1.25 rings. We just need to hit perfect. Hitting it perfect. Trying to get into that little depression right there. Perfect. You can see what I'm talking about as far as getting to the sand. If you came in there with 1.25 backspin, you could very easily end up in that sand. So it's better to be 1 3/4 and a little short than be less than 1.5 and end up rolling into that sand. And you can see where that trough is right here and where the angle is. So, coming out here, you're eliminating the hillside altogether, but it's really difficult to get out into that area. So here I've taken out, and so has my opponent, we've taken out a lot of that hill face, but we're still hitting on the hill face the first bounce. So that's why it's taken that irregular bounce to the right. And there's nothing wrong with a thorn, and there's nothing wrong with a claw. They have great backspin if you're looking for backspin stuff, but this is one of those types of holes that if you're in there with your short iron, A Hornet is super accurate. Oh. I want to go right at it. I want to go right at that left-hand edge of the cup. 3/6. It's 1.9 per ring, so that's about a 2-ring pull. And we just need to hit perfect. Hitting it perfect. Got a serious look right here. Oh, that's a ripoff. This is where I wish there was the emoji. Where's that one? There isn't one. That one. That's still not as good as the In the weekend round, the 3 par 4s that are in this tournament, you're really trying to, there's going to be somebody in these brackets up at the top, especially when you're starting to get in the, there you go, nice shot. Very nice recovery. Very nice. There's always going to be somebody in the weekend round. When you're playing in an expert or a master's bracket in the Ricky division, the scores in my master's account that plays Ricky, that minus 24 in the last tournament, we were looking for minus 24 as kind of the minimum score that you were looking for. That was a perfectly clean round, not picking anything up, and that went down to 70th place. The top 70 shot perfect rounds. I think it was the top, somewhere around the top 20, top 30, somewhere in there is where you started seeing 25s and people starting to pick shots up. But in most of these rookie brackets, you're going to see minus 24 is going to net you top 15, top 20. So just going in there and shooting it. But in the weekend round, stuff changes. So in the weekend round, there's going to be somebody that's going to go out there and they could easily pick up all 6 of those par 4s. And that puts them at minus 30. So the weekend round, it could be very tight. Let's go back in there. That was hole number 14 of the City of Light tournament. And that is hole number 5 of Parc de Paris. Thanks for watching.